guys, Zenaris here. Thanks for tuning in to another StarCraft 2 broadcast. This time we're going to be kicking off a best of 5 match series from the Intel Extreme Masters Tournament. Took place recently in Cologne, Germany. I think it was the 17th through the 21st if the dates are correct in my head. I don't know. Not that important. What is important is that they had a ton of awesome players there show up. They had Select, they had Sock, which you could see he is one of my favorite Protoss players. They also had Puma. This man has recently made ripples in the StarCraft 2 community, good or bad, depending on your views of it, by joining Team Evil Geniuses, but we'll leave that for another video, as this one is going to be focusing on the play styles of each one of these guys here today on the Intel Extreme Masters Tournament. So, we'll see exactly what happens. So, before we get started, I want to tell you one thing. I'm rendering this video right now and uploading it, then doing the other two, and then uploading those, and then I'm going to be starting my Deus Ex 3 playthrough on my second channel. Now, if you haven't subscribed to that already, if you want to watch that playthrough, maybe you're not sure if the game's going to be good or not, you know, after Invisible War, I would understand if you wanted to hesitate a little bit. But, from what I hear, it's an exceptional game, and the playthrough should definitely be worth your watch, at least for the start. I'll be putting the first video or two on my main YouTube channel to kind of catch people's attention, let them see that it's taking place, and then put the rest of them, along with that archived footage, over on my second channel. So if you want to check that out, be sure to keep an eye out for it today. It is Monday, October 22nd, 2011. This is being uploaded, so time is a factor there. But of course, if it's already way later than today, then you can always just head over to my second channel and find that. So, enough with the self-promotion there. Let's get on to the match. Now these players are starting to execute their build orders just a little bit. We see that the Terran player, Puma, has gone ahead, 1 Rax gas. Sock, of course, up here, scouting that out, sees what's going on. Wanted to basically just note the timings of the gas, the barracks, etc., see how they were built, you know, in terms of relation to one another. And he's pretty much got all that he's really going to be able to find out, at least for this point in time. We see the Terran player is actually sitting around 160 minerals or so, going ahead and dropping down a second barracks there. Now, back up here at Sock's base, he opened up. Very standard play so far. Buildings are a little bit far away from the Nexus. That's not something you always see, although not really that big of a deal. Pretty much the only thing you want to watch out for, excuse me, I'm dying, is make sure Marauders don't come up here, you know, shoot from the low ground, take out the gateway, anything like that. Pylon is safe, it's secure, so that should be, you know, ultimately shouldn't be that huge of a deal. Puma going ahead with the second supply depot up here at the top. Pretty much I think he's just along the mindset of walling that off there. Of course, he does have the Marine there at the bottom, anticipating another scout, which of course we could see a Zealot a little bit more hardy than a probe. He's going to be able to bust up that Marine unless we see some good micro. Oh, it gets taken out there, and now Sock comes in and scouts out this crucial information. The reactor, the tech lab, the 2 barracks, that's pretty much what he needed to know right there. He might also want to check the gas as well if he gets time, but that's kind of a secondary thing at this point, since he already has the big indicators of what he's going to be facing up against here. Now, with these 2 Marines in the field, should be enough to drive away that Zealot, although he, oh man, 2 more hits, and he probably would have taken out that SCV. Another loss there. So this Zealot, man, he is the hero so far. 1 kill. Sock looking to actually continue to harass. With this Stalker here, he will actually be able to take out this SCV, building the wall. Oh man, you see also the Zealot's trying as well. You see that Sock is trying to wedge him up into that little spot right there. Not quite able to do it. And with that Marauder now present, we're going to see that harassment, that containment kind of fall back, as we see moving back towards across the side of the map right now, where there is Puma. Puma has 1 SCV getting ready to head up. We can see that also Sentry here ready to basically deal with any scouts that happen to come along the way, and a second Sentry as well. So 2 additional gateways going down. I feel like Sock is going to be in a pretty good position here. Oh, decides to throw down a force field to deny the scouting. Let's actually see if it was worth it. Did he see the additional gateways? No, he did not. All he saw was the pylon. That is it. So maybe Puma will decide to try to press an engagement here with these 3 warp gates. That would be kind of a tall order. But we see several different sentries coming down as well. So basically, Sock is going to be saving up, I think, for an expansion here. 3-gate expansion, since you see he's got a lot of this money invested into the sentries. Nice force field so far. 150 energy translates into a Marauder kill and pushing back this attack from Puma, which we spot is only really contains 1 other Marauder. So without that first one, oh man, definitely would have taken a huge hit trying to still engage with those forces. I think Sock realizes he has a little bit of an upper hand at this point, so he's maybe going to go head down, try to harass the top, which we see, okay, There's depots, plenty of stuff. He's going to be able to raise these up and hold his own, at least for a while. He's going to also be able to get his command center going, get that orbital command, get a second mule, and that'll help out as well. Factory along the way, and the second gas. So for the immediate future, Puma is just going to stay on the defensive. You see there's also that bunker going down as well. And Sock heading up to the top of the ramp. Now Zealot taking the charge. Force field's going down, hoping to keep actually pretty much these units from getting too close. But the thing is, the force fields were not able to push away far enough. You see, this area still has plenty of firing range to this ramp, and it would be very difficult for Sock to actually continue to pull that off. So he's just going to go ahead and spread out his forces right here. He's got plenty of energy for force fields, and I really think it's going to be able to, moving forward, be in a great position to contain the Terran player, who is going to have to do something other than just a few Marines and Marauders to actually break this. And also lowering the depots here. I'm a little curious as to what he's going to be doing. We do, of course, see up here in the top Sock with his Nexus probe transfer, everything like that, and the bunker is recycling, so I believe that means we're going to be seeing him push out here. Oh, but all he needs is one well-timed force field to keep this open. There's the and he's able to get past down the ramp. That is a crucial move. Puma with the fantastic run by. The sentries, no force fields were able to block. That is just a massive, massive loss for Sock there. You know, so much gas went into that army, which we can see right now. He's still sitting on a decent bit, but 46 to 56 now. Protoss player was in the lead, but Terran coming out with an extremely strong, aggressive push, and now Sock isn't really in the best space to defend. You see, he's got one Stalker, three Zealots. We do, of course, have a couple Stalkers and Zealots warping in as well here, but compare that to the 4 Marauders, 16 Marines, the fact that they've got the stem upgrade, you know, with this factory actually heading over, we're going to be able to pretty much just keep an eye on the Protoss space, look for weaknesses, etc., without actually sacrificing any Marines. But Terran continuing to run around here. Do have 4 Marauders now. Still, or 5, excuse me, looking pretty good in that regard. His expansion will be getting up, so let's actually look at the income for here for just a second. 40 to 36, so there's a slight economic advantage for the Protoss, but of course, mules are going to help kick that over. And as far as APM goes, 180 to 264. I do like how Sock has this probe just pretty much patrolling back and forth here, anticipating an attack. This will give him an early warning, and sure enough, let's look at the army size now, 68 to 78. Look at the differences there. Absolutely devastating for Sock. He is in a terrible position right now. And Puma moving over here, using the structures, the minerals to his advantage. He's in a fantastic spot to hold the line against these Zealots who do not have that charge upgrade. You're seeing him still running around. Charge is an inch away from finishing. We even have one Stalker who just refuses to fight, man. He is the pacifist from this game. He just wants to watch this corner and be safe. Well, even the probes are pulled off the line back. You know, they could have been long distance mining, but oh man, though, let's see how that worked out well for him. This poor sentry as well. So overall, units lost so far. You see, it has been an absolutely devastating last 45 seconds for Sock. I really don't know if he's going to be able to recover from this. 51 to 82. You see, he's continuing to press forward, pretty much just hoping for the best at this point. A lot of these units are fairly weak, but there's one force field. I think he was hoping to keep them from microing around. Well, that's not really the case. We do also have additional reinforcements on the way. 2 more medevacs, which will help keep these infantry alive, despite the fact that Sock does have that charge upgrade. It will help him out here. But look at the army size, 450 to 800 right now. We can see the 30 supply gap, 35 to 50 in terms of workers. It's really just not looking good for Sock here in game number 1 on Xel'Naga Caverns. So here we go with Puma making another push, hoping to catch the Protoss player. Yes, indeed, slightly out of position. Fortunately, the charge upgrade is going to help try to force the Marauders away from the sentries, those very weak units, but Puma just falls back into a perfect defensible position. Only one Zealot can attack from this way at a time. Of course, Sock finally sends the second one around, which doubles the amount, bringing it to 2, and also, speaking of 2, we got 2 Gs, man. So, Puma taking game number 1 here, an exciting best-of-5 match series, a lot of aggression so far. Let's go on to game number 2 and see what happens next.